Hi dear students, are you waiting for me? Yes? I am sure that you are waiting for me. Today, I want to start the lesson different. I have a question from you. What is math? Math has many definitions, but I tell you one thing, that's remember and try to do it. What is math? Yes, practice, practice, and practice. If you don't practice a lot, you will not be able to understand the math subject or the math problems. And I have an advice for you that anytime that you want to learn math, you have to practice a lot. Okay, now we are going to start root or radicals. We can say a square root or we can say a square radical. Both of them are correct. Okay? And in the previous lesson, we studied absolute value. That absolute value is related to what? A square root, or we can say in general, root. We will see. At first, I would like to define for you a square. What does a square mean? The product of a number. The product of a number and itself. The product of a number and itself is called a square. How? 36 is equal to 6 multiply 6. The product of a number and itself. It means 6 multiply 6. A number and itself. It is called a square. Okay? Now, I want to define for you a square root. What does a square root mean? Or what is the definition of a square root? One of the two equal. One of the two equal factors. You know factors. One of the two equal factors of a number. Very simple. One of the two equal factors of a number. Example, the square root of 25 is 5. How? 25 is equal to 5 multiply 5. What is 5? 5 is a factor of 25. And what is next 5? Again this. So there are two factors of 25 which multiply with each other. I told you that a square root is one of the two factor. One of the two factor, okay? But remember, 9 is equal to minus 3 multiply minus 3. Is minus 3 a square root of 9? No. Why? Because minus 3 is not a factor of 9. All the factors of 9 are positive. Okay? 1, 3, and 9 are the factors of 9. Remember that minus 3 is not a square root of what? 9. Okay. I would like to tell you one thing new. Radical sign. Radical sign. This is the sign of radical. The symbol used to indicate the square root of a number. When you see this, it means a square root. Okay? Did you understand? Okay. If you see this, it means a square root, or you can say second root. If you see that in here we have a different degree, 3, we call that a cube root. A cube root. Repeat after me. A cube root. Or you can say third root. Now you know the formula. If it is 4, you can say fourth root. If it is 5, you can say fifth root. If it is sixth, and continue at this method. Now, let me tell you one thing new. Perfect square. Perfect square. A number Again, this is a number whose square root is a whole number. What is whole number? What are whole numbers? 0, 1, 2, 3, and dot dot. Okay. A number whose square root is a whole number. How? 16 is a perfect square. 16 is a perfect square. Why? Because the square root of 16 is 4. It means 4 multiple 4 is 16. Is it a decimal number? No. It is a whole number. So it means that 16 is a perfect square. Or in the two shapes, you will understand perfect square better. So 4 is a perfect square. Why? Because I can write as 2 multiple 2. 9 is a perfect square because 3 multiple 3. In the shape also, you can see that. An example 2. Why square root of 81 is equal to 9? Because I told you, and now I am going to tell you two methods. Method 1. Because 81 is equal to 9 multiple 9. What was the definition of a square root? One of the two equal factors. It means one of the two equal factor. 9. Finish. Now, method 2. You can use analysis. 81, I divided into parts. Okay? 81, 3. 27, 3. 9, 3. 3. Okay, from these two, how many should I take? From these two equal factors? Only one. From these two equal factors, how many should I take? Only one. So 3 multiple 3 is 9. Now you know the concept of perfect square. Okay, dear students. Now I am going to tell you a rule, which is very important. If x belongs to R, what does it mean? If x is a real number, then the square root of x square is equal to absolute value of x. What does it mean? It means that under the square root or the result of the square root is not a negative number. It means a square root of x square is absolute value. The answer is x if x is greater than 0. If x is 2, 3, or 4, so in here the answer will be a positive number. If x is 0, the answer is again 0. If x is less than 0, so at that time we have to multiply by a minus or negative. It means a square root of any number is positive. A square root of any number is positive, remember. Okay, there are some examples to understand better. A square root of x square is equal to x to the power of 2 divided by 2. 2 divided by degree, 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. It is x. A square root of 3 to the power of 2 is how much? Only 3. Because it is a positive number. A square root of minus x to the power of 2 is equal to minus. Remember, minus multiply minus x, which is positive. Now, a square root of minus 3 to the power of 2, I have to multiply a minus with minus 3 to be positive. Did you understand this? A square root of minus 3 to the power of 2. I have to multiply minus to the minus 3, which will be. If it is negative, multiply by a negative. If it is positive, the answer is positive. Now, remember that a square root of minus 9 is not equal to 3. Why? Because 3 to the power of 2, 3 to the power of 2 is 9, not minus 9. A square root of minus 9 is not equal to minus 3. Why? Because minus 3 to the power of 2 is 9. It is 9. This is not 9. Okay? Remember, we will never have negative number under the square root. Okay, homework. Which numbers are perfect square? Try to solve them and tell me the reason that why these numbers have perfect square. Best of luck. See you next.